You can join the David Pakman Show subreddit at davidpakman.com/Reddit, Reddit. Nearly, what are we up to? It must be about 34,000 of our viewers and listeners subscribed there. A couple of interesting posts and discussions I spotted this morning. One is from user DL1943, who says, does anyone know where I can find explanations for the JFK Jr. stuff? I'm totally fascinated by conspiracy theories and always have been. Obviously, I do not believe in QAnon or really any straight up conspiracies, but I'd like to hear this whole JFK Jr. stuff laid out by the people who believe it, not regurgitated through media articles. Does anyone know of any publicly viewable sites where the Q people post about this stuff or discuss it? Yeah, so listen, my understanding is that a bunch of, I guess, QAnon type people believe that JFK Jr., who was killed in a plane crash in 1999, I think it was, is actually still alive. Some of them believed that he was going to be running alongside Trump at some point, or was in 2020 in some kind of secret way, or there's a million different iterations of this. And then others believed that he was going to reappear, I guess near the grassy knoll in Dallas, Texas, a couple of days ago, and they actually gathered there. That's sort of like my best understanding of it. And I don't know if there's any other specific reason why it's JFK Jr. There was some confusion because a lot of the very same people who believe that and are part of QAnon are also anti-vax. And a really funny thing seems to be in one, I don't remember if it was in the comments on a Rumble post or some right-wing enclave, I could tell from the comments that there were people confused between this JFK Jr. conspiracy and the fact that Bobby Kennedy Jr. is anti-vax. And it was just like a whole confusion. It was almost like Qception, I would call it, where even the Q people were confused about the concatenated conspiracy theories. Okay, anyway, so that's my best understanding, but you might be able to find something clearer from someone who actually believes it. User MGSF Departed posted to the subreddit, why Youngkin's, at the time it was probable, but now we know it's victory. Why Youngkin's victory needs to be taken seriously. And they write, Youngkin had absolutely nothing to run on, nothing of actual concrete substance, just culture war noises and a whole lot of old-fashioned lies. He's still ahead by over 100,000 votes. He ran all of the best, worst hits from ending critical race theory, which doesn't exist in Virginia, reinstating family values, a meaningless talking point, attacking teachers, and using things like critical race theory as a blanket excuse to cut funding meant to raise wages for teachers. And the idiots ate it up. I'm sure you've already seen the bumpkin getting interviewed who said, I don't care much for CRT, while on the other side of his mouth adding he has no clue what it is. It doesn't matter. It's a non-issue, and it's one idiots, I guess they mean, cling to. The reality is simple. With or without the BS culture war noises, these idiots were all going to turn out in droves for Youngkin regardless. They're pissed, and more importantly, they're galvanized. They've been bashed over what's left of their brains multiple times into thinking their voices weren't heard, and now they're turning out in droves. It's not yet known if Democrats just didn't turn out or if the numbers were not in their favor, but this was a win for the GQP. And if it really is an indicator of what's to come next year, we're in trouble. If Youngkin does emerge victorious, which he did, and enact the policies he's trying to, or tries to enact them, then the left needs to shine a spotlight on it and use that to light the necessary fires under our asses. Because the GQP has gone full Stone Age on us. And if people remain apathetic, combined with voter suppression, we're going to see a lot. This won't stay in Virginia. This is absolutely correct. There's just, I have so little to add other than I did add on to it in the first two segments on today's show. The answer is not always run further to the left. The answer is not always run further to the middle. It depends on the race. There's not a one-size-fits-all approach, but the one-size-fits-all approach that the right is implementing is the one we have to fight, and that is fear and anger over things that are completely untrue, that are being exaggerated or misstated or simply misunderstood by Republican voters. And it's really, really hard to fight that. I don't have the answer. I proposed a couple possibilities earlier, but I don't have the answer. But I think this assessment is spot on. Anybody downplaying the effect or the significance of Tuesday's elections for Democrats for 2022, even 2024. You could have a big wake-up call. It's going to be very ugly. Join the discussion at davidpakman.com/Reddit. One of our sponsors is called Privacy. Privacy is a totally free service that I've been using for years. Privacy lets me create virtual payment cards with one click, and when I use the virtual card, the money is taken out of my bank account. You can create multiple cards, delete them, freeze them, set a spending limit on them. Let's say I'm signing up for a free trial and it requires a credit card. Privacy will autofill a virtual card number, and then after signing up, I can delete that virtual card. So I know I'm not going to be charged again. Something really useful and very practical. Or let's say I'm ordering food over the phone, but I left my wallet somewhere. I don't have my real credit card on me. I can use a virtual card on my Privacy mobile app. But really the best part is you're not out there exposing your real credit card number, so you're not as susceptible to data breaches and identity theft. Privacy is a totally free service, and you'll get $5 to spend when you go to privacy.com/Pakman. The link is right underneath this video.